Hello everyone. Welcome to the PowerPoint presentation of professional practice. My name is BhushanS, and in this presentation I will be talking about my personal development plans, the sustainability development goals and the responsibility to help manage concepts of actions. Also in this I will be discussing about the techniques, the skills required for the team to follow and become efficient in any business, and also about myself, what have I done in this long run, and how have I changed myself in the prolonged time. So let's continue. First let's talk about me. I carry a experience of almost 8 years working from Amazon to Synchrony Financial to Google as a Google Pay app developer, as I mentioned over here, and finally I was working as a data analyst in Apple. I have a family business of a garment store in India where we sell handmade fabrics from our hometown, that's Varanasi. Also about me, I love traveling, and cooking and driving is everything, that keeps me going all the time. I am also a very easy to go person. I am easily in the available in the crowd. I get adjusted with them. uh, I don't have to worry about how long it's gonna take for me to get adjusted. It's very easy for me, and also I believe very strongly that I do carry leadership skills, and they have helped me in my many instances in life where I had taken the lead and showed the group and the team how the things can be done in an effective and a positive way. So let's continue with the second thing. This is about the SWOT analysis about myself, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I strongly believe that I am an excellent communicator. I have a lot of words and the experience of how I have done things so far, explained it to the crowd. Also, I'm a very good learner, so it becomes very easy for people to explain me and understand the facts. I do multitasking at a very often situations where I make sure that the time and work could be managed and it is helpful. Um, the reason I wrote a visionary word because I believe myself, and I have always been carrying a vision for myself, for not for 2 years, 5 years down the line. I see 10 years and 20 years down the line, where I see myself with a plan, and I make sure that I work on the plan every day. Coming to weaknesses, yes, I do agree that emotional connect has been a biggest challenge for me from a long time, back in from my country to in UK. The moment I've joined Nottingham Trent University, this has been a small part where it has been becoming a hurdle sometimes. I am a little bit sensitive to some of the topics and discussions. I do overthinking a lot. Opportunities, if I talk about, I do believe that every day is a new learning thing phase for me. Emotions is which I need to control, and overthinking is which I'm actually working upon. And I can definitely say I have 95% achieved the success in that. The topic of threat is only 2 points, I believe. My anger issues, which are completely controlled right now, and the discipline thing, which I was used to be very lazy at certain instances, and because of that situations, I used to lose many of my opportunities. So I'll explain in the further slides how I have worked upon on each of them and how things have changed for me. So strengths, as I've explained over here, the excellent speaker and also the communicated part, the quick learning thing which has helped me, grow continuously. Multitasking has helped me to handle many situations and opportunities and take the lead. Time management, I believe time management is the most important thing in a person's and when in my life, that it not only helps you to be outstanding and out of the box, but also helps the client to understand how he can save money if person is able to show them how the time management can help them. Vision have always given me a point, where I never stopped and never given up on myself, and it kept me going. Uh, let's talk about the weaknesses, the emotional thing which I have already mentioned. It has given me a lot of time hurdles where I became very, sad and very uh, easily connected to people, and then when they have left, it has impacted me a lot. But over a period of time, I have worked on it, and it has given me, uh, I would say, an opportunity to learn how to be emotionally very strong. It's okay to let people go, and it's okay to be strong at that time, and uh, make yourself busy with the work and the things which are planned for yourself in life. Sensitive person was a major reason that I was not a part of many groups and events, because I used to take things very seriously and easily, and overthinking actually has uh, led to many of my situations not being done correctly because of a chance not taken, I would say. And I would go on the next slide of opportunities. Opportunities, I believe, lot to learn. That's for everyone in this world, and even for myself, I believe it strongly that when you're open to learn every day, and you take the feedback and the comments from your professors and from your peers, from your family members, that's when you grow a lot, and when you have the opportunities. When you try controlling your emotions, it becomes very uh, very easy for you to go on in this current world and the situations. Overthinking, as discussed earlier, and if that is control again, it gives you a very best opportunity to grow, take the leap, and not stop. As Swami Vivekananda says, you have to arise, you have to awake, and you do not have to stop until your goal is achieved. So that's what I strongly believe into. The threats, as I mentioned earlier, the anger issues are definitely now controlled, and I am very much above it. And the discipline thing is 99% maintained, and I am able to manage my time, my work, my daily routines very effectively. And I'm very happy about it that I was able to do it very efficiently. The personal development plan which I made for myself gave me a chance to work upon not only my attire, my accent, also the understanding things amongst my peers. Uh, I do agree that it took me a lot of time to understand that this is where I was supposed to be, and I was taking a wrong route for myself, and that's when I took a break and I gave time for myself, for my attire, for my body, for my discipline, for my daily routines, for my food, for my habits. Everything was taken into consideration, noted down, every point was worked upon, and I'm happy to say that it has definitely given me a complete new look and a makeover amongst the crowd, amongst the people, in the mindsets. And even when I look at myself nowadays, I feel like, yes, I've come a long way, and there's a long way to go, and I can definitely do it. So, some of the CPD activities which helped me, as I mentioned, I'm a travel lover. So, I keep traveling not only within the country, outside the country at many places. So, some of them are from the Wallerton Park to London to being a part of the temple community, and we have traveled across Leicester, Derby, many social events across London and Scotland. Also, I was a part of the NTSU elections 2022. I applied for the vice president postgraduate. Unfortunately, I couldn't win, but yes, it was definitely a worth experience where I got to learn a lot about how things look differently when you are representing. not only your country, the students from your country, but also telling the students that yes, if you are into this position, what will be your plans? How will you make sure they're implemented? What will be done for the students to reach you and tell you that this is the situation they are facing, and what will you do to make sure that it's resolved? And yes, I'm absolutely and very happy to share this experience that I've been at very often in such instances being called the best chef of the house, and it gives me an immense pleasure when people love my food. I cook all types of dishes from Italian, Mexican, Chinese, and also Indian spices included on them. Learning as a student at NTU, definitely that this is the best part of my life. As I have to explain it in 5 points, but I can definitely explain how it has become different since the beginning of the class till today. It There was not even a single instance where I was not learning. I was in a phase where the not only the professors, my colleagues in the class, everyone was giving me a point where I was able to understand that yes, this is where the thought process has to go on more further. And if you do so, the world becomes and looks different for you. Sometimes it's not only that you carry a professional experience and it makes you different. No, once you keep yourself up and open for learning and accepting things the way it is that differently, you definitely grow and you also create an impact amongst them. And if I talk about learning as a student, in the beginning of my assignments, I used to face many hurdles as it was a very long break after the university, after my graduation, and I was here. So it took me a lot of time to understand, and I was back on my track after my third assignments. Continuously, I was able to get the scores which were deserving or for me, and also for my tutor. Uh, I was able to make them proud of me, and I'm gonna continue this thing in my upcoming assignments and projects, and in also in my future in my companies where I'll be working. I'll make sure that yes, I make this discipline is carried with me, this experience is carried with me, the knowledge, the time, the memories, everything which has taught me how it is different. The research on the UN Sustainability Development Goals has given a lot of thoughts when I went through it. As I've mentioned it, that I was actually able to understand, and I was thrilled to see the level of impact UN creates through the SDG plans and the initiatives that they take over the globe to reduce the hunger and poverty. It's on a massive scale. They not only do that for reducing the hunger and poverty, also they make sure that every human deserves an equal right. And SDG has made sure that this was done and provided to every human who faces hunger and poverty. And I also come from country India, where it has done a lot for its people, and today we stand outstanding, and we still are going amongst the struggling countries and the developing countries for the hunger, poverty, and many other issues. So the UN SDG plans definitely gives you a goosebump when you go across each of the channels and you see how different it is from the normal thing you see around yourself. The competency matrix, I can explain. It's about a teamwork, culturally diverse, and the different kind of people around you when you see them. Uh, it gives you a point where you can be definitely sure about that. Yes, you have to be careful about how you have to explain yourself, put across your words, because there might be some situations where people might not like it, and if they don't like it, how do you make sure that they are understanding your words? How do you make sure that it is different amongst and how do you make sure that no one is feeling bad about it. The professional culture, understanding not only the work culture, also make sure it's followed skillfully and willfully to make the business or work flourish. What I mean by that is, when we understand the professionalism in our careers, we make sure that everything is followed as per the guidelines, and it is not only for the good of the company, it is also for us to make sure that things when done accordingly, the guidelines, procedures, rules, nothing gets wrong. Leadership skills. eh, in one of my jobs, a vice president told me that if there is an instance where a mistake is made by one of the team members, so he used to make sure that he used to take the lead, take up the responsibility of the error, and work with the team and get the things sorted and get the problem and the error rectified. So he told me that they represent him, and if they are representing him, it's his responsibility to make sure that the error is rectified. That's how a leader looks like. A time management is a dedication and a work in the mind. What I mean by that is, time management helps not only your client, also everyone to save money, to get the work done efficiently, and if there is an error, you have time to rectify it within that time scale. Global goals in my career, it my goal is definitely to develop something which not only has a sustainable development plan, but also for a longest term in the recent times. As we all know that the plans which we are making nowadays, from the climate change to everything, things are not for 2 years, 5 years. They have to be planned and looked on for 10 years and 20 years down the line, because of the situation of the weather change, of the urbanization, of the development and the plans which we look continuously from our past till the future. It gives us a definite platform where we have to think about the plans which have to be very unique, long-term goals, and they don't impact our environment, because our coming generations have to witness many of the changes, and they can only do it when we do something differently. Responsible management, the art of responsibility, uh, the commitment, and the six principles, which I strongly believe, yes, the UN has done it, is the goals, the principles, the approach, the research, the collaboration, and the dialogue and the actions which they did. So it was definitely a thing which they have taught us over a period of the sustainability goal plans they have made for the world. There was definitely an instance, if I have to talk about points of conflict between the team members at work. When I was working in Synchrony Financial, we used to have a lot of situations when the customers reporting the deceased accounts of their family members and taking the charge of the account. But they used to have a document which used to allow them to take the charge, but not exactly. So I saw one of the team members trying to give a wrong information or misguiding the customer. That's when I went up to the members and also the senior management, that why can't we opt for this idea that if the document is verified, it has to be attested by the local lawyer or the judiciary. So if it is gone through that process, it becomes very, very easy. And the senior management definitely took that point, and they were able to come back with the positive news and the good news, and it gave the bank a lot of ease of work. Team building process, I have taken the example of the Tuckman team development model. It has definitely given me a lot of thinking process, which talks about forming, storming, norming, and performing. Forming is definitely it's a initial process of team building process. Storming is one the stage involves assessing the team's effectiveness, and the norming I talk about the occurrence of when a team and a common has common objectives, the conscious of competition at that point when everyone is able to take up the responsibility, and performance is the end where I see the team members are able to take the decisions independently under the supervision, and things go hand in hand very effectively. And these are the references I've taken so far for the UN Sustainability Goal Plan and the Turkmen's Team Development Plan. And I hope I have explained all of my points. Thank you so much. You have a great day.